Did Kenny Pickett's hand size actually grow over the last 2 months because he measured, quote, bigger at the combines? This is Dr. David Chao, Pro Football Doc at Sports Injury Central. The answer to that question is no and no way. Let's explain. First off, we did a video a day or two ago about Kenny Pickett and his hand size, how the hand size is measured, why NFL teams may be concerned, the fact that the NFL football is slightly bigger than the college football, and so forth. Yes, they're going to look at film, but go to that video as you see right here at Sports Injury Central at the YouTube channel. You'll find it right here, and subscribe, please. But back to growing hand size. At the Senior Bowl, he refused to have his hand measured, saying he was double jointed. Also in that last video, we explain how he's not double jointed. That was misspeak on his part. But he does have a stiff thumb with less motion, which could affect how hand size is measured. And he did do some, quote, stretching exercises, but his hand didn't grow, and I'll explain to you in a second why. That's the focus of this video. What it means is an entirely different story. Well, in any case, Adam Schefter here in his tweet said that it measured 8.5 inches, and previously it had measured 8.25. But previously, when it measured 8.25, this is how you measure hand size, literally from fingertip to fingertip. So basically, if this is hand size here, and I don't know, left hand, you're 9.25. I guess if I really stretched, I might get to 9.5, right? So the first time he measured at 8.25, he probably was just, here's my hand. The next time here, he's like, oh, I got to stretch everything. It's like my kids, my 4-year-old. Are you 36 inches tall to get on this water slide? If you walk up there, she might be 35 inches. But come on, Debbie, you have to be this tall to get on the slide. And she stretches up and all of a sudden she measures 36 inches. She's the same height. Look, Kenny Pickett's hand size is the same. It didn't grow. Just the way that it measured changed by 1/4 inch. But 1/4 inch is still very, very small. It would put him in the 0 percentile, as you can see here off of this tweet. 0 percentile in the NFL. Michael Vick hands was the last successful QB with 8.5 inch hands. And obviously he was successful. There's no QB in the NFL currently with hand size of 8.5. So Kenny Pickett would be in the 0 percentile. But in terms of what it means is a different story. One concerning tweet that I found right here, and it's quoting PFF data, shows that in 52 games at Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett, quote, was credited with fumbling 38 times. 38 times in 52 games. I'm sure NFL scouts and GMs are going over the actual film to see why, does it have to do with grip, etc. But that is something to follow up on. As far as why I don't think it really matters a lot, you don't throw a football with your hand stretched, you do it gripped, and his thumb doesn't move as well, and that's been documented. Mine doesn't either, but I'm not an NFL quarterback here. You can see it doesn't open up as much. I jammed it playing basketball in high school, and it just never opens up as much. So my right hand, my left hand can measure, 9.5, maybe a little more inches. My right hand, because the thumb doesn't open up as much, measures only, if I stretch, I can get it to 8.75, maybe 9 if I really stretch it here. Bottom line is, my right hand and left hand are not any different in size. They're just different in the way that they're measured. So Kenny Pickett's effective hand size is probably bigger than 8.5 because of his thumb deformity. No, his hand didn't grow. His effective hand size is probably bigger and within NFL range. But I'm sure teams will factor this in, but really look at how the ball comes out of his hand. I think they'll be very interested in seeing how he throws, because the NFL ball is indeed a little bit bigger. And finally, take a look at this tweet here from 2 years ago. Joey Burrow. Considering retirement after I was informed the football will be slipping out of my tiny hands, please keep me in your thoughts. Now, he measured at 9 inches. Obviously, he's done very well. Kenny Pickett will be drafted. Right now, media, scouts, GMs, look, they've got too much time on their hands. Each team has 30 people there at the combines between medical and coaches and staff and other scouts and other things. And each team can only draft 7 or 8 players. So, like, it's just too much time on your hands. Joey Burrow will be a good example of why Kenny Pickett will be fine, but hopefully we explain the measurements. I honestly never thought I'd be breaking down hand size like this. I guess my 20 plus years of the NFL combines has come in handy in terms of how they measure hand size. And remember, there's a difference between hand size and effective hand size. There's a difference between 40-yard dash time and game speed, right? I mean, he's quicker on film or he reacts better in a game. Maybe the flat out 40-yard dash time is not as fast, but game speed. An effective hand grip is different than this, quote, stretched out hand size measurement. Look, Kenny Pickett's going to get drafted. Look, it's just one of many things we talk about at combines. Noah's hand didn't grow, but his effective hand size based on his thumb stiffness is bigger than 8.5 inches. Thanks for watching. Dr. David Chao, Pro Football Doc. Thank you.